As a heads up, we're not going to be discussing the bear or USEC options here, but I will provide a video for people interested in what exactly those two options entail in the description below. So you just got done choosing bear or USEC, and you're greeted with this menu. We're going to be starting with the goal from Escape from Tarkov, as every player does need a goal when playing a video game. The goal is simple. Select a map and successfully extract while being in a PvPvE situation. That is all. There is no campaign currently in Escape from Tarkov, but if you need a bit more incentive, if we go to this tab, you will be greeted by the Traders menu, and then if you click here on your tasks, you can be given objectives that will award vast amount of experience to level up your character and also higher tier gear. Speaking of characters, let's move on to the PMC versus Scav topic. When we click on this tab, we are going to be greeted with two options, PMC or Scav. Let's start with the Scav, as it is the option new players choose a lot, so they can learn the maps and get a feel for the game. As a side note, after choosing your Scav in the map, you're going to notice the greatest hurdle this game has, which is load times. Yes, these load times are normal and can reach as long as 10 minutes. And as another side note, you actually do have a limited amount of time before you can extract. If this timer runs out, game over. Your Scav specifically has a karma point system, which you can track under the fence trader. To keep this simple, at default karma, your Scav will be allowed to safely pass by other Scavs. You can reduce your karma by killing friendly Scavs, and if you get it low enough, they will engage you on sight. You can increase your Scav karma by killing PMCs, successfully extracting, and killing player Scavs who have killed other Scavs in the current raid you're in. If you get your karma high enough, the special enemy AI, known as bosses, will not end you on sight, and the fence trader will allow you special deals, amongst other positives that I'm sure I'm forgetting. As you can imagine, this karma system leads to a lot of tense situations, which is part of the appeal of playing as your Scav. The only real negative of playing as a Scav is you can't use the loot you have accrued from your stash, and you can't complete most of the tasks traders give you. Something that applies to both PMCs and Scavs is you can only extract at certain locations. For this particular instance, I decided to extract at North Fence Passage. After extracting, you want to bring all the loot that you got on that run and put it in your stash, which is what your PMC uses. Which brings us to the next topic, your PMC. Your PMC can be found under the Character tab. Everything on the left is what your PMC is currently wearing, whereas everything on the right is your stash. The better gear you give your PMC, the better you will be in the field. But keep in mind, if you die, you lose all that gear unless it's in this container. The reason you want to use your PMC is because you can only complete most tasks by using your PMC. Also, the more you use him, the better he will become. All of his stats can be increased by simply playing the game. You can see your stats in the Skills tab and the tasks you've accepted here. In my opinion, the Maps tab should be ignored altogether as it's useless to new players. Look up a map and find out where you are on an additional monitor or your phone. It's important to note that nobody is guaranteed to be your friend when you load into a raid as your PMC. You can shoot everything and you will be rewarded for it. There is also a weight system. If you're carrying a lot, it will affect your stamina, movement, and how loud you are, so keep that in mind. Uh-oh, you've been injured by a pesky AI. Let's go over healing in Tarkov. Your health can be found in the top left signified by this body, and you can find a number for it in your menu. When you've been injured, you can heal yourself by using health items. For this example, we will be using the Grizzly Medkit. It's as simple as using it in light cases, but in most cases you're going to be given a debuff, such as light bleeding. Only certain health items can stop these debuffs from killing you. Luckily, the Grizzly Medkit can stop most debuffs. If you're hit enough in one area, that part of your body will be blacked out, and you will only be able to heal yourself using a surgery kit. It should be noted that you cannot perform surgery on your chest and head, so once they are blacked out, that's it. You also have a high chance of dying whenever these parts of your body are blacked out. There are all kinds of health debuffs and buffs, so make sure you inspect the health items that you're bringing into your raid. Now let's go over the rest of the things you should keep an eye on in raid. You do have a hunger and thirst number, which will negatively impact you if you don't eat or drink food and water during your raid. This is your stamina bar, this is your arm stamina bar. The last thing in the menu we will go over is the Hideout. Upgrading your Hideout is essential to being a better player. In order to upgrade it, you have to find certain items in-game and also meet certain prerequisites with traders, which is why it's important to do tasks. And before I give this last bit of info, don't forget to like and subscribe if I'm helping you. Let's go over the armored gear you wear and the guns you use. Most gear has an armor rating from 1 to 6. The higher the number, the better the protection. Certain guns can only take certain attachments. Don't be afraid to play around with this feature, as it is one of the better parts of Tarkov. Last but not least is certain guns can only take specific ammo. You can find out what kind of ammo you can use in your weapon here. The last thing you want to do is load the wrong ammo in your gun and be unable to shoot. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this video helped out, and I know the learning curve for this game is massive, but I promise it's a one-of-a-kind experience, and once you get the hang of it, you will enjoy it more than most FPSs. Or it will be the bane of your existence.